In a small African village where whispers of ancient magic blend with the rustling of the wind, a young woman named Nyota discovers her true gift. Journey with us as we unravel a tale of courage, healing, and the unbreakable spirit of community. Witness how one woman's compassion transforms her village and leaves a legacy that shines like the stars. Join us in Nyota's Gift, a story of healing and hope. Nyota, a young woman ostracized for her inability to bear children. The tale explores societal expectations, female strength, and the importance of community support beyond traditional family structures. Once upon a time in African village there lived a young woman named Nyota, which means star, and she was indeed a shining light in her village. She had a kind heart and a strong spirit, always willing to help others despite facing her own struggles. She was married to a gentleman named Kamal. They had been together for many years but had no children. In their village, children were seen as a blessing, and many people believed that a woman's worth was tied to her ability to bear children. This belief weighed heavily on her, and she often felt the sting of whispered gossip and sidelong glances. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, she sat outside her small, thatched hut. Kamal, her husband, joined her, sensing her sadness. "Nyota," he said softly, "you are more than enough for me. Children or no children, you are my gift." She smiled weakly, appreciating Kamal's love and support. But deep inside, she longed to prove her worth to the village and to herself. She decided that night to seek the wisdom of the village elder, a wise old man named Shuja. The next morning, she walked to Shuja's hut, a journey that took her through dense forests and across clear streams. Shuja welcomed her with a warm smile and a knowing look in her eyes. "What brings you here, my child?" he asked. "Father Shuja," Nyota began, "I feel incomplete because I cannot bear children. I want to contribute to our village in a meaningful way. Please, guide me." He listened carefully and then nodded. "Nyota, you are strong and wise. There is a gift inside you that goes beyond motherhood. Follow your heart and seek your true path. The forest will show you the way." With these words, Shuja handed her a small, intricately carved wooden box. "Open this when the time is right," she instructed. She thanked him and set off into the forest, unsure of what she was seeking but determined to find it. As she ventured deeper, the forest seemed to come alive. Birds sang sweet melodies, and the rustling leaves whispered secrets. After hours of walking, she stumbled upon a clearing where a majestic baobab tree stood. She felt a strange pull towards the tree and sat beneath its wide branches. Suddenly, the ground beneath her shook, and a hidden cave revealed itself. Curious and unafraid, she entered the cave. Inside, she found beautiful paintings on the walls depicting the history of her village and its people. At the very end of the cave, a glowing light caught her eye. There, in the glow, was an ancient scroll. She carefully unrolled the scroll and read its contents. It told the story of a powerful healer who once lived in the village, a woman who used her gift to bring peace and prosperity. Inspired, she realized that she too could become a healer. Filled with purpose, she returned to the village with the scroll and Shuja's box. She gathered the villagers and shared her discovery. "I may not have children," Nyota said, "but I have found another way to serve our village. I will become a healer and help us thrive." The villagers, moved by her determination and courage, agreed to support her. Shuja guided Nyota in learning the ancient healing arts. Nyota studied tirelessly, learning about herbs, potions, and the healing power of touch. One day, a terrible drought struck the village. Crops withered, and the river dried up. The villagers were desperate and feared for their future. Nyota decided it was time to open the wooden box Shuja had given her. Inside the box, Nyota found seeds of rare and powerful plants, known for their ability to thrive even in the harshest conditions. With Shujo's help, Nyota planted the seeds around the village. She cared for them day and night, using her newfound knowledge to nurture them. Miraculously, the plants grew rapidly, providing food and medicine. The villagers were amazed and grateful. They realized that Nyota's gift was not in bearing children but in her ability to heal and bring hope. As the plants flourished, so did Nyota's reputation. People from neighboring villages came to seek her help. She healed the sick, mended broken bones, and even helped couples struggling to conceive. Nyota's hut became a place of healing and hope. One day, a young woman named Amoni arrived at Nyota's hut, carrying her sick child. The child was weak and feverish, and Amoni was terrified. "Please, Nyota," she begged, "help my baby." Nyota took the child in her arms and carefully examined him. She prepared a special potion from the rare plants and fed it to the child. She stayed by his side, singing lullabies and telling stories. Gradually, the child's fever broke, and he began to recover. Amoni was overwhelmed with gratitude. "You have saved my child," she said, tears streaming down her face. "How can I ever repay you?" Nyota smiled gently. "By believing in yourself and helping others in need," she replied. "We all have gifts to share." News of Nyota's healing powers spread far and wide. People traveled great distances to seek her help. Nyota's heart swelled with joy as she realized she had found her true purpose. She had not only healed bodies but also mended hearts and spirits. Years passed, and Nyota became a beloved figure in the village. She trained others in the healing arts, ensuring that her knowledge would be passed down through generations. The village thrived, and Nyota's garden of rare plants continued to provide sustenance and medicine. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of colors, Nyota sat outside her hut with Kamal. They watched the children playing and the villagers working together, their laughter and chatter filling the air. "Look at what you have done," the husband said, his eyes filled with pride. "You have brought life and hope to our village." Nyota squeezed his hand. "We did it together," she replied. "Our love and support made it possible." As they sat there, an elderly woman approached them. It was Shujo, her face glowing with pride. "Nyota," she said, "you have found your true gift and shared it with the world. You are a beacon of strength and compassion." Nyota hugged Shujo tightly, tears of joy streaming down her face. "Thank you for believing in me," she said. Shujo smiled. "The stars have always guided you, my child. Your name was no accident." Nyota continued to serve her village for many years, her legacy of healing and kindness enduring long after she was gone. The villagers never forgot the woman who showed them that true worth is not in what you cannot do, but in what you can. And so, Nyota's name lived on, a symbol of hope, strength, and the power of believing in oneself. The village flourished, and every evening, as the stars twinkled in the sky, the villagers would remember Nyota, their shining star, who taught them the true value of a person. If you like stories like this, please subscribe to this channel for more stories.